What's up, bruh skis? It's your man Ricky Dozen, and today we're gonna be working on all these new driftable vehicles that just came out this weekly update. We have the Chavos V6, we have the Gauntlet Hellfire, we have the Dominator FX, and the Annis Hardy, which all just came out. I mean, the cars have been there for a while, but the ability to put a drift tune on them are very new. So I will be going through every single one of them. In the last video, I had done this Drift Walton, which I think came out pretty alright. Came pretty cool. It's a great drift car, but I can't wait to see how these cars feel like. So, without any further ado, we're gonna start with the Chavos V6, which I made a while ago. The represent Phantom, if you know Phantom, the live streamer's Honda Accord, I believe. So let's take this to the LS car meet and see how well it drifts. Okay, so we're in the LS car meet. I already applied the drift tune to this car, and before we go out and actually feel how the car feels, let's look at the liveries real quickly. Since if you didn't know, once you add the drift tune to the vehicle that you get, and this applies to all drift tunable vehicles, it actually gives it a whole new set of liveries. So that's kind of one of the exciting parts of a lot of these new drift tunable vehicles. You get to see something new on it, right? Let's see. Let's start from the bottom. We have a process color drifter. Okay. Okay, so we have like these type of Formula D type of looks. Oh, this one is for sure that. This is crazy. This is crazy. Higashi Spirit. Okay. I don't really know, like, I'm sure a lot of these have like homages to different cars in real life. I'm not too sure. Yogarishima Racing. I can't believe I even pronounced that. Ooh, that looks cool. I like the design on the side there. That look like that samurai mask type of thing going on there on the top too. Okay. We have Cable Reflection and Sakura. Okay. Like blossom trees. Okay. T East. Okay, that's cool. And then you have the anime stuff. Okay. Ooh. Can't put that. Cannot show that anymore. Eris Racing, Exorbio Racing, E11 spec. Nah, this has to be something in real life. Cause what is this? Ooh, this looks like very like Middle Eastern looking, like the pattern. Maybe I'm wrong, but it definitely looks like that. H65 spec. Okay. And then this and that. Okay, these are decent. These are like decent liveries. I wouldn't really put it on my car personally, but they look pretty decent. All right, so let's take the car outside and let's like test out the drifting. All right, so we're outside now, and I'm gonna drift around this area and see like how it feels, and I'm gonna give a rating on it. So like off the bat, I just want to say like this car is not a car I'd say like I would never expect this car to get like a drift tune, because it's one of those cars like what's the purpose of it, you know? It's just a sedan, you know. It's an Accord to us, but like I was thinking about it and I'm like, you know who drifts these cars? Like the first thing that comes to mind when I think about like Japanese sedans and drifting is like Saudi Arabia. Right, in Saudi Arabia, in the highway, you ever see those videos on the highway where they're whipping the car left and right on the highway like this, like they're moving right and then left, but like way faster at way higher speeds. Like this reminds me of that. Like this would be a perfect car for that. I think that's what they were thinking, what Rockstar was thinking when they put drift tune on this. Is like think of like Saudi Arabia and like the drifting or the powered sliding scene out there. The car scene out there, which is taking like cheap cars like this and then just whipping them, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. The thing about this car, which is interesting, is that like the tail, it's kind of slow, right? It doesn't have a lot of power, but also like the tail end feels very light, you know? Like the front of the car feels slightly heavy, only really because this car is just slow, doesn't have a lot of power. But on top of that, like that tail end is really light. It's like a feather. Right, the front is heavy, the back is light. I think what's just really killing it is the fact that it has low power, but I feel like this would be really good for like a beginner drifter, or for like if you want to hit tandems and you like on GTA 5. I know I haven't seen a lot of tandems recently, But if you want to hit tandems, I feel like this would be a great car for that. Because with its low speed, and it's pretty good on handling. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad. I'd give this car like I feel like I give it like a 6 out of 10 personally. Not to say that it's a bad car, but it's just the fact that it's so low powered that I kind of need more power to do more drifts and do more exciting drifts. But this one is not that bad. Yeah. So let's get on to the next vehicle. Okay, so we're in the Gauntlet Hellfire now. Before I do that, I need to put on some customization on it because this is a stock one I have. So let's quickly put on transmission and turbo, and then put the drift tune on. All right, so let's look at the. I actually want to look at the liveries real quick to see what's different just before I put them on, because I don't want to go look at the same liveries and be like, oh, these are new liveries or not. Okay, so it ends at that one. All right, so let's go and put the drift tuning on. Oh, we got brakes on. Great. Drift tuning on now. Okay. So let's see what changed with the liveries. Oh, okay. Let's start from the bottom. So we have red line. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting look. We have scribble. What we call rimmers, okay. Rimmers, okay, that's a cool thing on top of like the shaker right there. Pride up north, okay. Canada? Why would you, what's this sacrilegious? Why would you put a Canadian flag on a muscle car? That's sacrilegious. That is sacrilegious. That is shameful. Shame, shame, shame. Okay. Dense Motorsport. Okay, that's cool. I like that one. Hell's Kitchen. Ooh, okay. We have another like fighter plane, like a World War II fighter plane. That's pretty. Okay, that's pretty cool. I might actually put that on. That's actually pretty awesome. Grand Havoc. Okay. I feel like that's a callback to something. I'm just not sure what it is. Team Hand or Hard Stand. Okay. Another decent one with the logo on the shaker. Yeah, Jacko Racing with the Yeti on the side. Okay, that's awesome. Drift Enforcement. Oh shoot! Okay, I know exactly what this is from. So Drift Enforcement. There is actually like a drag racing team. There's a drag racing team that is like former police officers that have like a drag cars, like a Mustang. And actually I remember it was on a episode of Top Gear where they had a law enforcement team, or a law enforcement, like an actual police force, who had their own like drag team, which is pretty awesome. So this is like a callback. This has to be a callback to that. That's cool. And that's it. So there's Drift Enforcement, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna definitely put this on. You have to put this on. Look how awesome that looks. The teeth in the front, that's awesome. Have to put that on. And let's take it outside. Let's see how well it drifts. Okay, so we're outside now, and let's see how well it drifts. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So I was expecting this to feel like a boat, but it actually feels. It doesn't really feel like a boat. This feels actually pretty good. Hold up. Let me get in tune with the car. Let me become one with the car. Okay. Interesting. It's like this car is one of those cars where you don't really need to have it drift tune, because like it already has so much torque. It has like a crazy amount of torque in the game, to where like you could already slide it fairly okay on its own. And it's the same way in real life. It has so much torque where you could just slide it. So, and when I first heard about this car, I was like, this is kind of not really needed, you know? So it's like, why do we need a drift tune on the car? But I kind of appreciate it now. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's see. Okay, so it's strange. What's strange about this car is that this is also lacking a little bit of power. Like, what I mean by that is that, like, for something like the Jester Classic, for example, that has a lot of power behind it. Like, you really get up there. But like for something like this that usually has a lot of power, it doesn't really feel like it. It's weird. I'd say it's a decent car. like a decent feeling when it's drifting. It's kind of like the Chavos, the previous car, to where it's like almost like it has like it's lacking power, which is weird because usually this car has so much power, like you could feel it through the controller. But I still kind of put it up there, off like design alone, not design alone, but design and the feeling when when drifting. I'd probably give it like I'd give it one step higher. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. There's still way better cars in my opinion. There's still like the RX-7. There's the Fudo that still feel better than this. But if you like a muscle car and you want to drift it, I feel like this is one to go for sure, for sure. All right, so now let's get into the other car. Now we have the Dominator FX, which is a car that I was kind of surprised that would get drift tuning, but also I'm actually kind of excited about it because this reminds me of 2015, Need for Speed 2015, to where like the first car you driving in the story mode is a Fox body. So like it's kind of crazy. Like this is actually pretty cool. I actually kind of wanted something like this. So yeah, let's get into it. So I already fully customized this car, so let's just get the drift tuning and then we'll look at the liveries as well. So let's look at the liveries. Let me check the grill actually. Let me change the grill to this one to get it closer to the car I'm talking about. Korean import. Okay, Korean import. That's such a random one. Yeah, that's cool. So a lot of these, like I've noticed a lot of these liveries are like surrounding like 80s, like maybe like mid to late 80s type of art culture, you know? Oh, even has a sticker. Oh, that's awesome. It has the import sticker on the side there. Oh, that's dope. That's kind of cool. I might have to put that on just because of that. That's awesome. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've been needing this for the longest. The two-tone. The two-tone, something in Japanese. Oh my gosh. I've been looking for a two-tone for this car. The other liveries, there are no two-tone, but this one has a two-tone, and obviously this is supposed to be like a parody of the Tofu Racer, but on a Fox body rather than a Torino. But I might have to put that on only because of the two-tone. The two-tone is something I've been wanting for the longest on a Fox body. Race Flames, okay, that's another decent one. I can see that being like on a drag car, really. Classic Flames. Oh, I forgot. There are like limited time liveries, so I might have to claim that right now, and then so I could always have it in my library for these. Okay, I'll keep it in there, but I have to put this on. I have to put it on just for the principle. Just for the principle, man. I have to. And the Korean import is also pretty cool. Like, look at that. That's awesome. That's crazy cool. All right, let's take it out. Let's take it out. Okay, we're out again. So let's drift it around. Let's see how well this drifts. I'm expecting highly of this car. It's much lighter. There we go. You see, off the rip, you could tell that it has way more power than the other two cars, right? And also like the fact that it's smaller, it's better. You can get into tighter spots, and it should be lighter. It should be easier to move around. See? There we go. I was expecting very highly of this car. That's why I chose it in this position. Okay. Decent. Brake. Slide. Oh, okay. Let's do a U-turn here. Hey, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. It's doing what it's supposed to do. With the style. Let's go. Let's do a little whoop-de-whoop. Yup. Control it. Ah. Okay, that worked. Messed with that. Let's get into this lot. Okay, yeah, this is good. By far, this is the best one. Out of all the previous cards that I reviewed so far, this is the best one. So I'd probably rate it. I'd rate this for sure like an 8.5, like an 8.5 out of 10. It has the power. It has lightweight to it. It has the style. I'll give you. It has a style for sure. It has a style. Yeah, definitely put it up there for sure. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I like it a lot. All right, so let's get on to the very last car. Okay, so now we are on the final car, which is the Annis Hardy, and I made it last because this is the car that that should be the best drifter. It's the only Japanese car here, and yes, I mean the Honda was there, but the Honda is not a Japanese. Technically, it's not Japanese because the Honda Accord was made for American market, the American market, rather than the Japanese market. But this is like one of the only Japanese cars, so I'm expecting this car to be the best drifter out of all of them. So without further ado, let's put the drift tuning on it right now. Okay, let's put it on, and let's check out these liveries before we get out of here. That's straight at the bottom, the Nishi livery. Okay, cool. The Higashi livery. Okay, reminds me of a previous livery that we saw on, I believe, the Chavos. Okay, so like the same racing team. The Kita. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, the Kita. Okay, so yeah, that same logo was on the Hellfire, right? Maybe not the same design, but definitely the logos and the brands and stuff like that. Minami, right? Minami. Okay, another cool one with the logos on the back there, on the trunk, all over the place. Love that. Kuru. Okay. Little rusty look. Little stuff right there. Okay, even has the stickers placed on it. Okay, there's like one of those drift cars that get damaged all the time on the Toge. Okay. Silhouette style. Okay, sprunk. Interesting. This reminds me like what do you call it? The Christmas sprunk. The sprunk during Christmas. You know? Doing a Sprite cranberry. And I believe this one is the normal. Is that true? I believe the gravel special is already part of, yeah, I'm almost positive that this is already, yeah, that's on the normal car. Okay, so let's take it outside and let's drift it around. Let's see how it feels. So let's see how it's moving already. Okay, off the rip, this feels way better than all the cars. Like, you could just tell off the first like spins. First of all, this one has about the same power, if not it has like about the same power as the Dominator FX had, but off the rip you could feel like how way lighter. Overall, it's lighter all the way around. The Chavos was light on the back end. The Hellfire was just heavy. The FX was light, but it had like a good amount of power. But this one is just light everywhere. This is like a very light car. So I was right to think that this would be the best drift car. I was right. The best for last, kept it for last. All right, let me get into this property to my left here. There's a lot of space in there. Oh yeah, this is way better. This is by far the best one out of all of them. Yep. A little spin. Yeah, that's not a good entry. Oh yeah, by far, this is the best one. Let me lock in real quick. There's like a ramp down here. Okay, boom. Okay, no problem. Hit the bumper a little bit, as expected. Okay, yeah, this is definitely like the best drift car out of all of them, by far, easily. It's light. You get a good amount of like power. Like, you could feel it when you press down on the gas. You can feel the power immediately. You get almost instant power. The other ones felt like they were like holding out on power, and this one feels super light. Oh yeah. Ooh, okay. Oh yeah, I like that. Let's see if I can do a little entry real quick. Oh yeah. There we go. Perfect. I love it. Oh, I knew I was gonna tap it. Ah, couldn't get it. All right, man. But thank you guys for watching. This is by far the best one. I would rate this car. I'd probably rate it like I'd rate it like a cool 9.4, 9.6, like in between there. This is definitely a good one. But if you want to see any more drift content, press like and subscribe. I'm so happy I went over these vehicles. I was almost not gonna do this, but I just wanted to feel it out. And yeah, this is good. This is fun. This is a good car. I like this a lot. And the FX too. But the other cars are kind of iffy. I might just put the stuff off, put the drift tune off. But for sure, I recommend that this car you put drift tune on. For sure, the Hardy is a car that you need to put drift tune on if you haven't already. It's very slick, sleek, and cool. Go for it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.